Good morning. Today we're here with Liren Naidoo. He is the Head of Network Planning at MTN. Good morning, Liren.
Morning, Tennis. How are you?
I'm doing really well, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to speak to us this morning. Liren, so I think it's a good place to start. Maybe just explain to us, what is the Head of Network Planning? What do you do on a daily basis?
So on a daily basis, we focus on MTN's network strategy from a technological point of view and from a roadmap point of view, and how we build out our network. So it's really the strategy on how we expand our network to cover the country and provide the best possible network connectivity experience everywhere you go. So it's a lot of strategic thinking, a lot of, that's a little soundbite there, a lot of strategic thinking, a lot of design in the network. And again, it's not just designing a network that's good enough for our customers, but it's designing a network that provides that absolute best possible experience on our network.
Okay, and then I'm assuming that you have a team working for you. So a large part of your work will entail project management and team management. Am I right?
Absolutely. So we have a very large team of engineers that work with me within the network engineering environment. So I'm part of what's known as the access network, so the radio access network of the MTN network. But we work alongside our transport network and core network colleagues as well, because the network is such a vast environment. So it's quite a huge team and quite an exciting challenge therein as well.
I can imagine. So let's take it all the way back. You are at high school and you're thinking of what to do one day. How did you get into engineering? Because you also studied electrical and electronic engineering.
Correct. Okay, so let me maybe take it a bit further back. I think, no matter what you do in life, it's important to have the ambition of an artist, but the mindset of an engineer. And there's no better way to express that through actual engineering. So I grew up on a very healthy diet of Star Wars and Back to the Future and science fiction of the time. And, being a millennial, growing up in an age where, the electronic era was very quickly evolving into the digital and information age. I really just became passionate about electronics and all things tech. And growing up in a household where, my father, who's a retired teacher, he taught engineering, graphics, and design and woodwork. So he's quite a person who really uses ingenuity and creativity to solve problems. And I think myself, along with my brothers, we're a bunch of 3 engineers actually in our household, just became passionate and really inspired by that. So that type of creative thinking and the need to solve problems through science was instilled at an early age. And when I entered high school, it became more and more clear that, we use the term STEM these days, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I feel like the E can actually be removed because it's almost the love child of the previous 3. Engineering is almost the love child of science, technology, and mathematics. It's that beautiful combination of all 3. And I just thought it was really a natural fit for me, and I haven't looked back. I do exactly what I always love to do. That's solve problems in a very creative way.
Could you maybe talk to me about the biggest challenges that you face on a daily basis in your work?
So I think, when you work as an engineer, and as much as I'm not that technical, I'm still very much a true engineer at heart. I am a techie at heart. The challenge comes in, you work in an organization that's not a pure engineering organization. We have a marketing team, a legal team, a finance team, and bridging the gap between all of these environments and getting our network strategy aligned and really running that golden thread throughout the company is first and foremost a massive challenge. And I think we do that quite well through the alignment that we do have. But it's not something that simply just happens. It takes a lot of effort and communication and collaboration. Apart from that, it's almost a challenge, an opportunity, and something that's exciting is the nature of the telecommunications environment. Like all other modern technology environments, it's very fast evolving. So you've got to keep on the pulse of the actual technology, what it means when it evolves, and how we can best use it to meet the demands of today and tomorrow, solving all those problems that I mentioned. So I would say those are probably the two biggest challenges, but opportunities at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think being in the communications sector, it's especially challenging because it moves much faster than many other sectors at the moment, and the technologies just keep changing. Could you maybe also just speak to, if you can think that long ago, when you entered from university into industry, what were the biggest surprises to you when you walked out and had all the technical skills, as it were?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest surprises when you're studying engineering, there's a lot of mathematics involved. All of the various Fourier transforms, Laplace transforms, and all of these great things. And initially, you think to yourself, "Gosh, I'll never use all of this." But slowly but surely, as you start learning about the technologies, the coding schemes, and modulation techniques in advanced telecommunications, in particular, you realize that nothing was wasted. Absolutely nothing was wasted. And engineering really teaches you how to teach yourself and how to think creatively, again, to solve problems. And without that foundation that engineering gives you, it would be near impossible to work in an environment that we do. So that was one of the first things. I was so grateful for studying engineering at the time. Another maybe funny thing is, I was really a MATLAB fundi in university. Quickly had to turn into an Excel fundi once you enter an actual business. So Excel is almost that golden key in every in every organization. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the things.
Yeah, Excel binds the financial guys to the actuarial guys to the engineers to everything in the end. It was the same for me when I returned from industry back into academia. I brought Excel with me, and all my colleagues were still using MATLAB or Python or whatever they were using, SciPy. And Excel is actually a very handy tool, even though it's a bit of a laughing matter. So Liren, any further advice that you think should go to matriculants at the moment, considering engineering?
I think for young people as a whole, I think one of the misconceptions that we need to remove is that science and mathematics is difficult. If you're somebody that's passionate about problem solving, if you're somebody that wants to future-proof yourself and be useful in society going forward, because most of the problems in society are going to be solved by scientists, technologists, especially engineers. It's really a great career choice that has a multitude of opportunities and is constantly evolving. So it's always exciting. You'll never be doing the same thing you did 5 or 10 years ago. The technology that surrounds you is always changing. So it's a super exciting environment. And I hope more and more young people actually take it up and don't get put down by the stigma of mathematics being so difficult, because it's really not. It just takes a little bit of work, like all things in life. And if you're really passionate about it, just go for it, and you'll be a great success.
Excellent. That's really eloquently put. Thank you very much, Liren. Liren, thank you so much for spending time with us. It was really useful and insightful to get your insights as well. And all the best going forward. Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis. It was a pleasure.